Yes, we get to listen to it again! Oh, every time we listen to it, I get a little bit happier. Oh, I'm so happy right now, can you tell? Ah! Hello everybody, welcome back to Apollo Justice. We're in the final cross-examination with this motherfucker. So, let's just get into it, huh?
Hold it!
With the gunshots heard during the third set could have been... What, some kind of setup? I heard that one before.
We need proof, Apollo! We need some proof that the shooting took place during the second set!
Well, if you know how to do that, I'm all ears.
Maybe the gunshots are the key after all.
What do you mean?
Well, Lamora said she heard them, right? Right in the middle of her illusion when she was up above the ceiling.
When she forgot the words to the song, yeah.
If you can prove the gun was shot right when she missed those lyrics, we're home free, I think.
True. Not easy, but true. Is there some way to prove that? Okay, I thought that was just connecting to the end bit where I could skip through. But no, it's just another line, so excuse me, folks.
Let's take a look through our evidence. Maybe there's something in there.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be cross-examining me?
Try to refrain from private discussions during cross-examination, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. Sorry. Just let me take a quick look through the court record. Okay. Then we just gotta prove something about Lamora seeing the gunshots. Not seeing them because she's blind, but hearing them. Alright. I'm just gonna guess that we have to do this.
Objection!
It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamora's song.
Her song? What exactly is this, device thingy? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps?
Come on, we just used this! Don't get me started on gramophone! This device was used to record the performance, part by part.
What?
You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lamora's voice included.
Ho ho! But what does this prove?
According to Lamora's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh. We were all deeply involved in that performance. But Lamora's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same.
Then let's get to analyzing that recording. Right now!
Lamora stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot, and I'll find the gunshots! Oh god. Oh god. Okay, alright. God, I cannot sing. I wish I could sing. That'd be great. Okay. Okay, wait. Let's turn everything back down. There it is.
Take that!
Your Honor! Listen closely to this part! This is the track with Lamora's vocals. How did no one notice that in the mix? Like, come on. They don't go through this mix, like...
I did hear something there, yes! Why, it sounded like a gunshot!
What? This has to be some kind of mistake. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set. Which means Lamora's testimony was true.
Grrr! Ora! So, she was telling the truth about what she heard.
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch. Now.
Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage cheering the second set. You could have done it.
But why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon?
Lamar was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent? Once again, I'm reminded of something. Huh? A performance that day.
Your performance?
See, the mixing board jogs my memory. So you were there too, Air Forehead. What is it with today? Problem after problem! Achtung! My hook won't start, my guitar case is busted, my guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now! What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Tarian! I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you, I know how you play, you're better than that. Yeah, well,
You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latouche's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver of that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder, if you're an amateur. Wait! You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? Ha! You're forgetting something.
Yes, Detective Crescent.
I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had plenty of firearms training. Plenty of it. No amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police weapons is a 38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latouche. Which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim.
So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yes.
Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent!
What I want to ask is what Mr. Rolled Up ready for action sleeve. Damn it! Mr. Sleeves rolled up. God damn it, I don't speak. Alright, I'm gonna do it again. What I want to know is. Fuck! Can I read this line? What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. Hey, you, attorney. Me? Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? Got a little noise on the tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a 45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth.
The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reasons why you could not have done it.
Woo! Getting into it now. God, I'm just like absorbing this guy's outfit. Like whenever he's in struggle, he just plays with like the phallic device on top of his head. Do you reckon that's a wig? It has to be a wig, right? Does he get it put on like Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back, where he just has the helmet like put on his head, or like, yeah, cause like, I don't know. This is just a very interesting human being. You've got the contour, you've got like the shark onesie going on with the hair. He's also a class traitor. It's like There's a lot going on with this guy, and I'm not sure I like any of it. I mean, I would if it wasn't Darian Crescent doing it. You know what I mean? Ah, jeez.
Come on, why would I even want to kill their manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to the country, right? How could I possibly know a manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it true that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before?
According to our records, yes. Not even once.
I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great. Now I need to find a motive. Whew, okay. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Oh, goodness. Excuse me.
Come on,
Wait, what am I doing? Let's press. Her manager, sure, but Mr. Latouche was...
Oh, right, sorry, an Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just had trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? Not a very good one, seeing as he got wasted.
That's cold, dog. God damn it, these two! Stop it! Stop it! Stop using AAVE, okay? Or just have one black person in this game. One! Just one! Jesus Christ.
Not that it matters either way. See, I had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was.
Whatever he was. But that's the same for Machi! No motive was proven for him!
Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own.
Ugh!
More than I sure did. I mean, think about it.
Darian, you're a detective with international affairs?
Yeah, what of it?
Even if this was Mr. Latouche's first trip to this country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs?
That's right! Well, Detective Crescent. That's your game, is it? Guess I better confess then. Confess? Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas.
What? But you're an international...
See, me and Plains got a difference of opinion. We don't like each other much.
My condolences, F4heads, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country. I can guarantee it.
As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well.
That's so unfair. So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert?
Fraternize? I don't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see...
Man, that's a really... I didn't think they'd make like a Cold War reference in this game. That's fun. You sure about that?
What?
What?
Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, try throwing out one of your wild accusations. I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of what.
F4heads, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah?
Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know.
So he's using this motive question as ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence. Plus this big gun I bought. It's got lots of bullets in it. Bullets that shoot. Maybe I'll just stick with the regular evidence. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's not actually that big of a gun. It's more like a little water pistol I found outside. It was pretty dirty. It's on the floor. There's no water in it. Anyway. Okay, if you didn't know him, why do you want to kill him? You didn't know him, why'd you want to kill him? I'm just gonna do a quick savey-wavy here. If I get stuck on this bit, I'll cut to wherever I need to be. But I think we should be able to figure this out. Nope. Is this?
Objection!
Your Honor, take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like candy.
It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescend, ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. That actually sounded way cooler in my head. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings.
A cocoon? Never seen one that color.
There's a variety only found in the Republic of Virginia. Nowhere else.
Alright, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr. Lettuce. Does it?
It does! Wait, I think it does. Don't sound so confident, man.
A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make, well, silk out of?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative? For what?
Apparently, it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought uncurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia.
Whatever for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering.
We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet, if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact.
What?
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out into the black market. It caused quite a commotion in the global community. So, the media was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol.
Right! The victim, Romain Lettuce, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescend, you insist on referring to him as a manager. But that is misleading. Romain Lettuce wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent! So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That's what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. Oh, so I was gonna sell it on the black market and make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous! I mean, totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another cross-examination about this smuggling of cocoons business.
Oh, Darian. You big fuck. International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in International Affairs, I know the deal.
Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Lettuce undercover.
Kids think up the craziest thing. No way am I gonna risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money.
Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted.
According to the reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky.
Very well. You may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, and I'm gonna find out what! Yeah! Alright, quick water break, y'all, and I encourage y'all to do the same. Yeah, get those sips in, y'all. Get those sips in. Excuse me.
Hold it!
1 second, y'all. Just gotta burp myself like a little baby. Hold on. There it is. That memo! That's how you knew about the cocoons! Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now. You had to know about the cocoons to plan this.
Just how well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit, but I'd never heard of them.
Well, Lameron knew about them, though not their use. My report indicates there are ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoons. Most people only know that they're illegal to export, that's all.
Then, I've nothing to be embarrassed about after all.
I don't know if that's true, Judgy. You've done and said a lot of embarrassing things over a very storied career, so... Could say people like me who know about them are a minority, yeah. But that includes everyone in international affairs, man! And everyone in Interpol too, for that matter, yeah. So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Latouche. All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. Don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Most came to the conclusion that... Just gonna leave that sentence blank because I already said it before, so you guys can just put it together, you know. I've seen you do it before, so I don't know why you're still looking at me. Would you just go ahead and press, Mr. Roll Up Your Sleeves, the fuck? I don't think that was the nickname you gave me, but yeah, okay. Dangerous? Yeah, Nepal finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketeer might think you're part of a sting operation and take you out himself. Times have changed. But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection. Maybe we could get them to cut his hair too.
Who's that child here again?
I think quite hard to deliver that line as Trucy, but like, either she's like,
Who's that child here again?
like she's like, why are you bullying Apollo? Or she's like,
I've forgotten. Who's that child here again? You guys are talking a lot of shit about Polly.
oh, goopy. Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market. That's a bad thing? Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. God, just look at that thing flop around. Don't do it again. No? Not gonna do it again? There it is, yeah, look at it. God, I'm talking about the hair, not other things. Do you think his... You know what? No, we're not going down that road. Okay. Which is why you know how to find a loophole in the system! Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? That wasn't what I was trying to, Towntarian. So to say, there are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International affairs, Interpol, and Bojinian customs are all watching. See, we know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little doggies that lap up every word that diva says. Wait, I oughta... Oughta what? You want some of this? Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? Ah! Screw cool! I want this guy's head on a stick! Oh! God. God, I'm just... The residual anger I had there for just doing that little section. Ooh! Ooh! The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he was up to. Got a memory. Some of the black I know the deal. It's a replica, right? What? No! Stop it! Ah! Yeah, bud. Skip, 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 skip. This is the song that I skin with skin. Oh god, I don't want to skin a song. Ah! Okay. Let's go to memo. It's puzzle. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Cocoons not getting exactly lucrative anymore. But this is a replica, right? They didn't. No, they did. I'm confused. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's think about this. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick savey wavy. And if I have, like, a lot of trouble, I will probably just skip to when I get the answer. I'm gonna do this.
Objection!
Nope, that ain't it. Your Honor! That statement contradicts this evidence!
It does. I don't say anything contradictory.
You sure about that?
Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Justice.
Ah, that didn't go so well. Okay. Content on the black market too dangerous? Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna cut, so I'll see y'all when I figure it out.
Objection!
Okay, we got it, y'all, we got it. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article, that's about the Chief Justices.
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure! And not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incuritis! Stupid fucking disease! This is definitely like in the same tier as like unobtainium from Avatar. Like, come on! Good God. Couldn't have come up with any other fucking, like, incuritis, really? Oh, God.
Incurious.
So dumb! Is it just me? It's just, I can't get over it. Oh, my God. Okay.
Incuritis. I've heard of that somewhere.
You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning!
Aha! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't saying.
Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are saying. The Chief Justice would never deal in contraband.
Not even to save his own son's life?
But even if the deal went through, why, it would be an international scandal.
That's Detective Crescent's insurance! If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice!
Detective Crescent, is this true?
First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes you trying to pit on me anyway?
Distasteful as it is to think about it, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller.
Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Well... Oh yeah, and you forgetting one other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Virginian Customs barely sleeps, so they're worried about cocoons getting out.
So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination.
Alright, one sec. Just gonna get my water in. Okay. I think I actually do know the contradiction for this one already, but we're gonna pass. Just how strict is this customs check? Way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours. I do recall it being a bit extreme. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows.
Yes, it would be hard to distinguish them.
That's right. Gavin was in Virginia, wasn't he? I remember setting off some metal detectors several times. I had to practically strip naked to walk through. Here's a travel tip for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glimmerous fop. I still, just the word fop in that context really. Ugh. Also, Paula, don't pretend you aren't thinking about Gavin walking naked, alright? Like, you're definitely thinking of him just wearing glimmerous fop and jewelry, just walking naked. Like, come on, don't pretend. Alright, say.
Objection!
Actually, there is one way. What? One way to get something out of the country, no checks.
What is it?
You become a prosecutor.
A prosecutor?
Don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. Believe it, yo. My name's Naruto, and I don't actually have any other frames of reference to continue this joke on, except for the fact he says believe it a lot in the English dub, which I haven't actually watched, but you guys thought that was funny, right? Why is no one laughing? Chusi?
I prefer Bleach.
God damn it. What was that you told me yesterday at your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamiwa.
How did it end up here?
I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar is from Virginia.
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruin the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamiwa's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched? Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Virginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. You saying that guitar was... With cocoons this small, it would have been very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia!
What?
Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right?
Work?
Good memory, Forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? This calls the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this, in fact.
An igniter?
Exactly! Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar?
You mean?
You mean this, of course. There was a way to get the cocoon out of the country. They could use Picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band! York!
Order! So the igniter!
Was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution!
A precaution?
A forehead. At last it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro. The gentle sounds of Lamara's ballad, if you please. First, my keys were stolen, a harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar.
I see.
But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler.
What's that?
Mr. Latouche.
Oh!
Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot.
It's over. Press the switch, now!
The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then, Mr. Latouche died. With Lamara there to witness it. There's your case. Brilliant, man.
Detective Crossend.
I gotta know, you make all that up on the fly. For a made-up story, makes a great deal of sense, Tarian. Fair. The Republic of Virginia. Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. Ooh, you haven't? Ha! Unless you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. You had help. A Virginian accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamora heard proves it. It's over. Press the switch now! You made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage.
What? But who was it?
This is it. The coup de grace. And for once I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him.
Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. But be warned. With a great accusation comes great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly, as it were, and you will be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice?
I mean... There is only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice, and that person is the defendant, Machi Tobai!
What? But Mr. Justice, he's your client!
The defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one. I assure you no one is more unhappy about this than I. But I am here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime.
Indeed, the defendant is Virginian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact Lamera?
It couldn't have been.
Well, you seem sure of yourself.
The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals?
Recall that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Now think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamora was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent.
Well, looking at this, it seems that Lamora could still have done the deed.
No. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Parts of the Gavin and the Lamora standard were in the air. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Lamora's position in the air vent!
Oh!
Well, Detective Crescend, what do you say to that?
Your Honor. Yes, Detective.
Can we see the video of Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time.
Well, I don't see why not.
What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this! Oh god, I wish I could sing. Too bad, so sad. Punk.
Punk? First you were sleeves, then kid, now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo.
What exactly were we supposed to see in this video?
The problem isn't what we see, correct, Tarian? Right, it's what you hear. We are musicians after all. Care to explain for us non-musicians? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You said now that the weak pianist set off that igniter? That right? Yes? Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press a switch. Am I right? Okay. Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. Piano? Really gonna watch this whole bit again? You gonna do it? This has to be the 5th time, right? I think I made a joke about that last episode or something, but like, guys, do we really have to watch this whole thing again? Come on.
What seems to be the problem there? The piano sounded just fine.
That's the problem. Man, you still don't get it? Ah. Yeah. How's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva.
Lamorar!
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Ugh! Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out. They couldn't even press a switch! Ugh! Ugh! Yeah, no, just a 6th time for good measure. No, go on. I'd like to hear the entire concert again, please. Game, if you could just make me hear the entire thing again, because I wasn't actually paying attention the first time they asked me to pay attention during this bit. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the visuals. I'm not going to listen. But now, you know what? I missed that. Could you play it again, please? Game, could you play it again? You know what? I'm sure you'll play it again later. I'll wait. He couldn't have pressed the switch!
Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire.
Well, it's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just strange? What's strange? No, it's just something's odd about the performance there. Odd?
Mr. Justice, if Machi Tobai did not press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is.
But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice. You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar's on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story's full of holes.
Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on the matter now. Was the defendant Machi Tobai the accomplice? Your answer would reflect on everything you've said here. Give it some thought.
Apollo, if Machi's not the accomplice, then the whole case is ruined!
I know that! It has to be him! He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler! He had to have pressed that switch!
Well, you better find a way to prove it!
Ugh! What do I do? What do I do?
It has to be something that doesn't fit! Something odd!
Something odd? Wait a second.
What? You thought of something?
What was Gavin saying just now? Strange. What's strange? No, it's just something's odd about the performance there. It's not much to go on, but it's all I've got! What exactly did he hear that was odd?
Will you come up with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Machi Tobai pressed that switch? Let's hear your final answer. Can you prove that Machi Tobai pressed that switch?
Can we prove it? Is the question. Can we prove it? Do we have the evidence? I don't know if we do. I genuinely don't know. Do we examine this? I'm sure we have. This switch triggers an igniter.
Too bad, I was hoping for a...
Oh, yeah, no, we've seen this. Come on. Wait, have we seen this? tell me anything we have. Okay, I'm gonna do. This switch triggers an igniter.
Too bad. I was hoping for it was a bomb that would blow up the whole Coliseum.
You're scaring me. If Emma hears you talking like this, she'll arrest you.
And then she'll do all sorts of scientific tests, like splitting your hairdo into 3 separate spikes, while she stands by laughing and laughing in her high-pitched voice.
I said she'd arrest you, not me. And she's not some kind of mad scientist.
Did you just hear someone laughing?
Oh, Tracy, you big goober. Okay. Alrighty. Do we have evidence? Maybe if we listen to this again? Okay, let's... Is this right? I don't know. I think maybe it's this. I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible. Then as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us this evidence supporting this. Their forehead. You sure about this? Ha! Accepted. There's no evidence, man.
Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. On what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed that switch?
Oh god, I can't save it. Okay. Alright. I pretend it was this. The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor.
Music? What about music?
Let's listen to the piano part, around the time when the switch was to be pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flame. Yes, we get to listen to it again! Again! Oh, every time we listen to it, I get a little bit happier. Oh, I'm so happy right now, can you tell? Ah! God damn it.
I hear a piano being played.
But, doesn't it sound kind of simple?
Simple?
I think I know what he's suggesting. You think that Machi could have been playing that part with one hand?
One hand?
He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other. What, is this some kind of piano savant? Actually, no. Then what do you know? Can't play a part like that with one hand. Ugh. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about here? Wait, shit. No, that was just my Trucy impression to get Trucy's attention, everyone. Okay, everyone, calm down. I do chords of steel. I'm fine, etc. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy.
Yeah? You got something?
Mr. Wright, your father. He's a pianist. Could he?
Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that even if he had 3 hands.
So sorry. So sad for you. No, not really.
Uh-huh?
That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way. Man, how are you gonna prove whether he played it with one hand or 2? You can't! I admit it would be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand. How do you know that? The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No way.
Well, it seems like we've come to the moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice had to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand. Right before the guitar burst into flame.
Machi was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught fire. And one section of the song proves it! Prove he played one-handed? What? truly have no idea. What? God, I'm gonna be stuck on this for a little bit. Oh no. I don't care about the drums. Because I have a feeling this session is going to extend into past the hour point, what I'm going to do very quickly is just capture some footage. We're going to do this. Because the way I capture footage is through the PS5, that only lets you do like an hour at a time. It's kind of bullshit. But onwards. I guess this? Sure.
That's the section. I'm afraid I don't hear it. What's your opinion as an artist, Prosecutor Gavin?
It's a beautiful song, and the lyrics are outstanding.
I'll take that to mean there isn't a problem with this section at all.
Wait, so what was the odd thing that Gavin heard? The switch is pressed in the first half of the second verse, right? I know! I just need to find a place to compare to that. Your Honor, if you'll give me one more chance, I think I can find it!
I suppose we don't have a choice. Very well. You claim the defendant was playing with one hand when the switch was pressed? Show us the part that proves it!
Just gonna do a quick savey wavy. Okay, so we have to just find a part that is comparable to the one he was playing. Okay. I'm gonna see this. Oh, god damn it! Okay, alright then! Ooh, okay, we got this, y'all. Oh, I don't know though. I honestly don't know. Maybe the first section? Just gonna go every section. I did it! First time! I didn't. It was the third time. Anyway. Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you. So I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Air Forehead.
We realized what?
I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the "but a fleeting melody" phrase. Yes, we get to listen to it again! Ah! God damn. Man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing? It's the only time I ever agree with Darian on anything. You're right. Enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we? No, that's not... We did not mean another section of the same video.
Another section?
The guitar bursts into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot in the first verse. Pay attention to the "Oh, that night in your embrace." Oh, love it. Love it. Every time I hear this, I wanna not scream. You know, when you're just like, don't want to scream, don't want to do it. You know, when you get those moments where you're like, I'm definitely not going to scream right now. I'm just going to drink some water very quickly. 1 second. Oh, very good.
Play verse 2 again.
No! Are you kidding? God damn it! Why is it making us listen to this? And it was only a few seconds each time, but still, There! Did you hear that?
They feel the same, true, but they're clearly very different.
What? Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'd have to use 2 hands to play that for sure!
Oh.
What's that prove? I would think you know that by now. This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the 2 verses are different arrangements. Happens all the time. Not this time, Tarian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. Oh. That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different? I asked myself. Now ask yourselves why Machi changed how he played. And there's only one answer! He needed a free hand in order to press the switch! Oh no!
Order, order! I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin.
Yes, quite. Though, personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment.
Huh.
What? No comeback? I can't believe it. I finally did it! I shut him up!
Very well, barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter.
Good show, Sleeves. No, great show. It's not over? I don't like it when he looks so happy. Tell him, Gavin. Tell him we're so disappointed. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Forehead. Huh? But me? Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts will check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. Yeah, but the facts! Anyone could see it was him!
Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
But...
1,000 facts might point towards the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it's not proof. God, this court system that I embody every day of my life is really fucked up, but I'm not really going to mention it very often, and I'm just going to use it and assume that I'm doing justice. Good. Moving on. That's the rule under our current legal system.
I don't believe it!
Does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present.
Oh, I think if he did, we would have already seen it a long ways back.
It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
Wait, what? The truth is staring us all right in the face! Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals?
Apollo, remember what Daddy said?
It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Ugh. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darian Crescen's igniter and set it off.
I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter.
I think he just meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal. Maybe his groin. Do sharks have groins? I'm sure they do. Big sharky, veiny dicks. Okay. Okay, Mixed Monkey. Let's focus. Okay. So, can I get back to work now or what? It may look like I got a lot of time on my hands. But I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney.
Well, Mr. Justice, We've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has an igniter. Huh? Didn't you say the better get the car? Didn't you say the better get the guitar? Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Oh yes, good guitars are kept wise. Why? That provides the best sound. Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning.
What?
Ooh, I'm about to sneeze. One sec. Squeeze me. Ooh. Fighting time, Justice! If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands for good.
Go for it, Apollo!
Oh god, I'm messing it again. One sec. Oh. When he was saying blow this one, he was talking about my nose specifically. So. Oh. What, and this igniter is supposed to come burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. Who's the better? I'm also fond of poetry. Here's a poem I wrote earlier. My name is Gavin, and I'm really cool, and I like to do things that make others drool. You get it? It's cause I'm very cool and all the ladies, they drool at the sight of me. I get it. I put it on my blog spot. Your judge, your honor. I'm going to send a blog spot to you later like you asked for it. Is okay? Okay, well, moving on. And I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Forehead. You are accusing this man, Dalian Crescent, of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Latus and the smuggling of a Virginian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case.
This trial has already run on far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Dalian Crescent. Just time for a quick savey-wavy, I'm sure. Now!
Okay, this is really my last chance. The key that will take apart Darian Crescent's plan is... I don't know. I honestly don't know. Wait. Yes. Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence.
So what is?
It is true that I couldn't show decisive evidence. But perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else. You mean a witness? Proving his guilt is a tall order. But I've got just the person to do it.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darian Crescent's guilt?
Is our bloody Machitabai. The one person who can prove Darian Crescent's guilt is the defendant, Machitabai!
You're your client? Again?
Machitabai was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darian Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he could easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case.
How so?
It will require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latus was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burned cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would, no doubt, also find inside that burned-out guitar!
Aha, very scientific of you.
Thus, if Machitabai acknowledges his agreement with Darian Crescent concerning the attempted smuggling of a Virginian cocoon, the case is solved!
Darian's laughing again.
Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to. Why not? Little key tickler won't acknowledge anything. Especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling.
What's this all about?
Taking a cocoon out of the country means death. By Virginian law.
Ah!
Yeah, see? If our pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, it's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Crescend. What? It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble! Huh? How? Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. Oh, the victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia. And they'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Virginian cocoon. Yeah, but... But, if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Virginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not gonna find him guilty of murder here. Not now! Yeah, but... You can't do this! You can't accuse me! Maybe the law doesn't allow it. But who's gonna think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machi Tobai. Ugh! The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan! Machi Tobai knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him. And that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling! Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. A hidden mansion. Real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? No, a house made out of pianos. Come on. Please! Don't Tarian, I consider that my last session with you. We rocked. I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession.
Oh, he's laughing again!
There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though.
Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
And you'll talk? You'll tell this court everything?
I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefits, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now.
I knew from beginning. I knew.
Machi.
Situation I cannot explain, but money. I need it. Very much money.
Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definitive in the court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However,
It has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard.
should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternative system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobai,
Yes.
I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Latus, this court is prepared to announce a verdict.
I thank you. I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth.
That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant Machi Tobai.
Oh, what an outfit, though. Like, look at him. Oh, he looks so good. Those little heels. Oh, love it.
Court is adjourned.
July 10th, 4:42 p.m. District Court, Defendant lobby number 2.
I wonder what happened to Machi.
Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Borginia. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well.
Daddy! I owe you both my thanks.
Lamarar,
Why? Is something wrong?
I'm sorry. Machi was your partner on stage. Your friend.
Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do. Yet, something got a hold of him. Something evil. I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be?
I'm still sorry.
Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation.
It was my suggestion, actually.
You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny. I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving.
According to the doctor, Lamarar lost her sight due to some kind of accident. An accident?
As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it was open my eyes to the truth I have been running from. I was scared.
You know what changed her mind? Hearing your testimony in there today. I mean, your defense. Shit, I'm usually so cool. I don't usually get words wrong, but here we are. I'm human, I make mistakes. My name's Phoenix Wright, I'm no longer an attorney. Anyway, you know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth.
If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting.
Painting?
That's right! She's the landscape painter in sound, after all. I will paint the two of you. I promise. Woohoo! I can't wait, Lamarar!
I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Thanks, Mr. Wright, but for what? You reminded me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is. Right, you're a secret mission.
Apollo, Juicy, I hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet! Me too!
And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on until it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad,
Have them catch the killer at the end.
oh yeah. Well, that is the guitar serenade. People don't like this trial a lot. I can see why, having played it at the end. Like, it definitely goes on for way too long. But I do think it's overall pretty solid a case. Like, it's very interesting. It's got a lot of layers to it. There's some interactive components, you know, with the examining the music video. I just wish the amount of times they fucking played it was not so egregious. But I had a really good time with it as well. Not as many goobers in this trial. I think that's the problem, is like, we get Emma kind of being a bit of a goober, and Trucy kind of gets time to shine, but like, there's no other, like, there's no Wookie, you know, like, there's no equivalent to Wookie in that trial, you know? But, in any case, that is that. We are going to leave it there, folks. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure that you get your water in, you stay hydrated. Thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those good things, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.